before we begin tonight's broadcast, we must take time to acknowledge an enormous tragedy in not only the UNLV community, but also the Las Vegas community. On Wednesday, December 6th, a gunman entered Beam Hall, the UNLV business building, and went to the fourth floor and shot and killed the three individuals on your screen: Dr. Patricia Navarro, Dr. Terry Chang, and Dr. Nakao Takamaru. The shooter was gunned down outside of the business school just in front of the student union by quick responding University Police Department officers after just 78 seconds from when the first 911 call came through. Everyone here at UNLV Hockey and as well as UNLV mourn the loss of all three of these individuals, and our thoughts are with their loved ones at this time. We're going to try and make tonight's broadcast as normal as possible, as sports are usually used as an escape from some of the dark tragedies in life. So we just want to take a quick moment to acknowledge the loss of life in the UNLV community this week as we continue on with our UNLV hockey season. Broadcast will start shortly. Thank you. Welcome inside of City National Arena for the first time in just over a month. The UNLV Skating Rebels back home to end the fall semester out against a team they haven't seen in a very long time, the Jamestown Jimmies, a battle of two top 5 teams in the nation. As always, once again on the call is myself, Dominic Lavoie, and Ryan Gilder. And Gildy, so good to be back.
It's so good to be back. Not the situation that we want to be in with tonight, but this is a time that everyone needs to escape. And UNLV hockey is that perfect escape. Top 5 matchup ACHA. UNLV coming off 3 straight wins, including one against Minot, the #1 ranked team in the country. This crowd's gonna be electric, and they're out here for something good tonight.
Most definitely, the crowd out here is looking to get their minds off things as the University of Jamestown takes the ice. We're waiting for UNLV to hit the ice as well. And while we're waiting for UNLV to take the ice, we're going to send it back to warm-ups, where ringside reporter AJ Reed had a chance to stand by with leading scorer Cole Wyatt about what this game means tonight for UNLV and the city of Las Vegas.
Joined here with Cole Wyatt. Cole, was an emotional week for UNLV. What does it mean to be home tonight in front of a home fan?
Yeah, it's everything. You know, it's been a tragic couple of events that happened this week, but you know, we're gonna come out tonight, play our hardest, and in front of all our fans, family, and try and come out with 2 points here for a win.
What will a win mean for UNLV in your locker room tonight?
Yeah, this wins everything for this program. The biggest game I've had since being here, probably for this program, so it's everything.
Thank you, Cole.
Thank you.
Dom and Ryan, back to you guys.
Wearing a different jersey as usual. It's also Military Appreciation Night to kick off a special weekend here at UNLV Hockey. The jerseys, as always, are up for auction. Go to 31auctions.com/Rebel Hockey. We'll have the links posted on our social media channels where you can bid on those jerseys. Very slick jerseys at that, Gildy. And tomorrow night, Faith Lutheran Hockey Night. They're going to be honoring a local high school. So it's really kind of a pretty wholesome weekend so far at UNLV Hockey.
You know what I said about those jerseys already? Get a group of friends, maybe even a group of brothers, or even a group of sisters. Make it like a pitch. Hey, how about everyone get a jersey together and then have the player sign and then have your whatever group of friends sign it, and that would be a really cool piece of memorabilia to have, not just for now, but for generations in the future.
Most definitely, Gildy. And as the intro video is beginning to play here at City National Arena, let's go ahead and take a look at your starters tonight. First up, UNLV looking at the starters for the Skating Rebels in their first game back home. And Gildy, looks like we have a bit of a problem with the graphic here so far tonight, but we should be okay. We're going to read them out anyways. Tristan Rand, Mason Kelly, and Justin Stathopoulos, your starters. Robert McCullum and Matthias Dalmonte on the blue line, and Zach Wixon in between the pipes. We're going to take a look at the University of Jamestown. Those did an update as well, so we're going to get it for you regardless. Brandon Ware, the Calgary, Alberta native, in between the pipes on the blue line. Wyatt Johnson and Greg Sosinski. And then the forward lines, Jordan Berensky, Keaton Klein, and Morgan Venn. An ever-deadly Jamestown squad, Gildy.
Absolutely.
Ranked 4th in the nation for the first time this season. They've been a top team, but also a bit of a tender nugget, as you will. Jamestown hasn't played at City National Arena since January 15th of 2022.
I know what's funny about that game at UNLV here at City National. That was my first ever Skating Rebels game I've ever been to, was UNLV versus Jamestown. And that's part of the reason why I'm here today, because I had such a great experience at that game that it made me want to not just broadcast hockey, but watch hockey more as a passion. And one of my favorite games was that one. And I'm happy to see this crowd here to watch this game, to see what they think about hockey and possibly have the same reaction as me.
And Gildy, this team, speaking of that weekend, you were there. I was there covering this series for a university media outlet. So this was when I finally shifted to broadcast. This is the series that really turned me into the broadcast realm of things. I was a print writer before for the Scarlet and Gray, which you worked for, as well as Rebel Report when they were more of a print-based media outlet. So pretty strong connections there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny because we swapped a little bit, because I've always been a broadcaster. And it's almost like, you know, that that movie with Kevin Durant, the kid, Nickelodeon,
Yeah.
where they switched
I think
their
it was
powers a little bit.
Thunderstruck, I think.
Thunderstruck, yeah. Like, I think we might have had a Thunderstruck moment that night, and it led us to here tonight, Dom.
Awesome. The UNLV Skating Rebels starters being announced right now under the cover of darkness in their special military appreciation jerseys. As I said, these jerseys are available for auction per usual with our specialty jerseys. Just go ahead and go over to our social media channels and you'll find the link posted for these jerseys so you can get your hands on a piece of UNLV hockey history. And last time out, quickly before the starting lineups end here, Gildy, last weekend in Arizona, a sweep over the Wildcats, 8-0 in the last 2 seasons against the University of Arizona for UNLV. And then going back to the Chicago Classic just about a month, or just about 3 weeks ago at this point while F1 was in town. They go 1-2, but they topple the #1 ranked Minot State Beavers.
That's the big win. A lot of people said after the first 2 games, if they beat Minot, it's worth the whole series. That means that the Skating Rebels won the series. And they really did, because after that win, they kept momentum for the next 2 games.
We're going to step away for a quick moment of silence for the tragedy that occurred on our campus on Wednesday. Stay with us.
In memory of the lives tragically lost in the senseless act of violence on the campus of UNLV December 6th. As we stand united, let us honor the memory of Dr. Namato Tamura, Dr. Cha Chen Cherry Chen, and Dr. Tricia Navarro Velez. May this moment of silence serve as a testament to our shared sorrow and commitment to fostering a community of empathy and support. Thank you. Tonight we express our deepest gratitude and respect for the heroes among us, our active military members, veterans, and first responders. In every uniform, we see a symbol of unwavering dedication, sacrifice, and bravery. If you're an active duty military member, you stand as guardians of freedom, and we salute your courage on the front lines. To our veterans, your service has left an indelible mark on our nation's history. We honor your sacrifices, your resilience, and the enduring spirit that defines your legacy. We take a moment to reflect on the families who stand strong in support. Their sacrifices, too, contribute to the strength of our armed forces. Today and every day, let us remember and appreciate the selfless commitment of our military community and first responders. Their courage inspires us, their sacrifices humble us, and their service unites us all. Thank you to our active military, veterans, and first responders. And now to honor America, let's welcome to the ice the UNLV ROTC Honor Guard. And fans, we ask that you please remain standing until the colors have left after the national anthem. And now, our national anthem, presented by Chris Burke Injury Law. Here to perform the Star Spangled Banner is Kelly Ann Thomas, a UNLV alumni who graduated in 2016 with her bachelor's in nutrition science. Kelly now works for the VA Medical Center as a registered dietitian. Serving those who served, Kelly Ann often performs as a guest singer for the Kenny Davidson Bow Tie Cabaret on Friday nights at the Tuscany Piazza Lounge. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Oh, sing, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly
all that's left is the actual game, Gildy. Like I said, the University of Jamestown coming to town finally after about 2 years, about 2 calendar years, I should say. Really competitive team so far this season. Top 5, just phenomenal program so far this season.
Yeah, and I talked about a little bit earlier last game, even on the hockey podcast that we have, about how the computer-generated rankings, you don't know if they're right or not right. I think that they're right about both these teams being top 5 teams in the ACHA. Both teams have had impressive wins. Both teams have beat Minot this year, as Jamestown split with them earlier this year. So these are 2 top caliber ACHA teams. Should be a great night here at City National Arena, Dom.
Most definitely. It's great to be back here at City National Arena as well. It's been some time off in between. I mean, you have the 1-week break for Veterans Day that this team had after the midnight game, after the midnight series against San Diego State. Then you have the Chicago Classic because, I mean, every single Las Vegas sports team, it felt like, had a mass exodus from Las Vegas because of Formula One. And then even then, on top of that, you have Thanksgiving. And then last week, you have them on the road again against Arizona. So I'm sure all the guys are glad to be back. All the guys are happy to be back. And I'm happy we're back as well. We get to end the semester off with some hockey.
Yeah, this is a kind of weird schedule where they're off for a little bit and then they get one more weekend at home to show the Rebel faithful what they got before winter break to play a great opponent like Jamestown. It's a really big make or break series. If you're able to win both these games, gives you a lot of momentum. This is either way. If Jamestown or UNLV wins these 2 games, a lot of momentum hanging into the winter. You want to enter the winter break with as much momentum as possible. You don't want to go into the spring semester chasing. You don't want to chase it all. You want to go into it hot. So big series of both of these teams right here.
Definitely, Gildy. And looking forward, UNLV is going to be at home for some time, even after the break. They open up against, you mentioned, a team they beat already in Chicago, the Minot State Beavers. So it's going to be a fun night of action. Mason Kelly and Morgan Venn dig in, and we're underway here at City National Arena. The Skating Rebels ending off the fall semester against Jamestown. Puck in the UNLV zone now. Rob McCollum around his own cage, leaves that one for his deep partner, Matias Dalmonte. Dalmonte gets sent to the ice in the corner. It's Jordan Berensky. Now down low, that's Berensky still. Up ice for Szynski. Down low, off the end wall, jammed out of the pad of Zach Wixon. He finds it and holds for a whistle. And Jamestown throwing the body around early to kind of get some zone time about 37 seconds in.
That's what you do. That's what you want to do on the road. You want to push the puck to your offensive zone of the ice, make UNLV kind of start off on their heels. That's the start that you want for Jamestown.
Jamestown getting themselves going early. Keeping the zone, sent on in. Good puck support. Jamestown still working down below the goal line. Puck sent out of the ice, lands in the neutral zone, icing his way up. That's Szynski in there. He shovels that one around, knocked down in front by Wyatt Johnson. Szynski now, the captain, plays it up. That puck sent in there by Brad Fortin. Stopped up by Wixon. Now here's UNLV in their own zone again. UNLV trying to get it broken out. Puck skips out in front of Wixon. Wixon sprawling the legs out. And the puck comes away, and now here comes the Skating Rebels through neutral ice. Burke plays it in. Here's Strong. Strong dips the shoulder, plays it out to the slot, no one home. Quinn tees it up, shoots one off the pad there. Now Strong. Under siege on the half wall. Tries to filter it to the net, doesn't get there. Now on the opposite wall. That's sent back in. Off the half wall, kept in by Burke, who spins it cross corner. Heath Mensch is gonna get in there on Poole. Mensch comes away with it, Strong. Lets a shot go, steered aside by the blocker of Ware. Now here's Lassard, Felipe Lassard up the right wing board, stumps it in. Can't get through, delayed offside, or delayed penalty, excuse me, on UNLV. They'll touch up, and 2:11 into this one. Slashing's gonna be the call. Who's gonna be going? That's the question. And it looks like it's going to be Caleb Strong sitting for Slash.
The one thing we didn't get into yet, the special teams. Both of these teams very good. UNLV ranked 11th in the ACHA. Jamestown right behind them at number 12. 36.5% is Jamestown's power play percentage of getting it in the back of the net.
And UNLV on the back end of things a bit early here. Here's Szynski spinning away from pressure. Filters that one back down low. That works back up. Back up Szynski. Pitch and catch. Steered aside. 1:35 now. Shot through traffic by Szynski. Steered away from the cage. And Szynski back across to the near wall. Down low, below the goal line. Jamestown still going to work. Back up ice. Szynski, back down low. Shot there, steered aside by Wixon. Played back down low. Now up ice there. Then he score! Bit of a surprising play. Jamestown gets on the board early. Zach Wixon down and out. And leading that handshake line. Coming past our camera here. Looks like Jordan Berensky getting the Jimmies on the board first.
Yeah, Berensky, one of the top scorers for this Jamestown team. That'll be his 15th point of the season. But just like I said right before the power play, Jamestown and UNLV both very, very efficient on the power play. Not surprised by that at all.
UNLV on the back end of things, giving up a power play goal. First time in a long time it feels like the Skating Rebels have done that. And we have a whistle and a collision. Flanders comes together with Poole. David Kulak coming over and giving him a shot. And UNLV is going to be going on the power play now. That's what that whistle was about. It's going to be Felipe Lassard going for a hook. So UNLV with a prime chance to tie this game up. They give up a power play goal. Now they have an opportunity to get one back. Puck played off the dasher of the half wall. Bradley Gallant plays it back up. Down Monte for Jackson Wyatt. Down low Gallant. Rink wide Cole Wyatt settles it down for Jackson. Now Cole, half wall looking. Cole Wyatt looking. Down low. Max Johnson spins it out front. Down Monte can't poke at it. We got a loose puck there. Gallant diving for it. Sticks and legs everywhere. Knifed on by Max Johnson up to Cole Wyatt, who whacks that one back in. Puck is rimmed around the wall for Down Monte at the left point. Now Gallant. Gallant gets spun to the ice by Szynski, who sends that one 200 feet. Bouncing puck chopped down by Wixon and left behind the cage. There's Jackson Wyatt making his way through his own zone. Puck gets chopped away. Good puck support by Tristan Rand, who sends it cross corner. Volcano tries to whack it out. Stopped up by Mensch, but it's sent on out again. Here's Strong. Strong under pressure. Now UNLV behind their own cage. Jamestown with a heavy forecheck under 3/4 of a minute to go on the UNLV power play. Here's Rand. Rand gapped there by Dumont. Stapled to the glass. There's Berg for Mensch. Up ice, Alec Johnson turns one on. Save made. Now here's Rand. Up ice, Strong. Alec Johnson. Rand almost fans on it there in the slot. Prime scoring chance. A good touch pass there from Heath Mensch. No joy, 15 to go.
Yeah, it looked like Rand hesitated a little bit. Normally he's pretty quick with it. I think he might have had a little bit of issues handling the puck right before that. Almost had a good opportunity.
Possibly off balance even. UNLV can convert on the power play. They still have the puck in the zone. Now Monte sends it back on in. Szynski plays it back up. Now here comes the Jimmies the other way. Jamestown gaining the zone, playing it in. That was Christensen. Now UNLV trying to get the puck broken out. Jamestown player takes a spill. That was Christensen. UNLV comes away with possession in that mess. And Jamestown still heavy on the forecheck. UNLV can't really get a breakout started here, but now they have zone entry. Here's McCollum, feeds one cross ice, can't get it to Fisher. Batuzov sends it back in, settled down almost by Flanders. It's chopped out and sent out by Crom. Jake Berry in a puck race, he'll get there, plays it back for Dylan Ford, his defensive partner. Ford up ice, stopped at the blue line, sent on back in, tipped and steered away by the stick of Wixon. UNLV in their own end now, still trying to get the puck out. On the near wall, played rink wide, Poole chops it in. Stopped up by Berry, played up, Stathopoulos whacks at that one, can't clear. Stathopoulos using the body. Trying to win that puck possession, and that puck breaks free for Tristan Rand. Here's Rand. Dances through traffic, getting in after his own dump in. Puck floats onto the slot, settled down, played up. And an errant pass, Kyle Quinn's gonna give chase. Quinn missed some time due to injury earlier on this season. Back out there and stopped up by Gallant, plays it out. Max Johnson can't chop it down, Gallant chops it back up ice. For a nice...
Now you get a breather, Dom. That was a pretty long sequence there. Now, I wanted to talk about this, but there wasn't any time to. So when Felipe Lazard was getting out of the box, UNLV, good thing for UNLV, they had the puck inside their offensive zone, and Ware was unable to let the defense know that the power play was ending because Lazard was wide open right after he got out of the box, but they didn't connect to him, and there could have been another opportunity for Jamestown.
And another opportunity there, Zach Wixon having to sprawl out and seal the bottom of the net with his true hockey pads, the black and red. Now here comes the Skating Rebels the other way. Max Johnson dancing around Szynski. He'll dip the shoulder. Feed it to the slot, whacked on, and they score. Cole Wyatt tying this thing up. Bit of a broken play. But they don't ask how, they ask how many.
That's exactly what I was going to say. A little bit of a broken play there. The big thing is there's a rebound opportunity. The puck was left out, and Cole White with the backhand just put it in on net, and it went into the back of the net. I don't know if Cole White thought that would go into the back of the net. He just whacked at it, found the back of the net. So Cole White gets the goal, evens it up at 1 apiece. Jamestown's looked better so far, but the scoreboard says it's been even.
And Gildy, that's a hockey stereotype, if you will. Just get pucks and people to the net and good things will happen, and there's a prime example of that right there, sent back in by Wakano. UNLV still trying to break it out, but put it on tight for Wixon. He makes a stop, and here they come the other way. Here's Caleb Strong, feeds to the center. Tipped on by Burke. Strong plays it, bouncing puck to the opposite half wall. Burke and Mensch pressuring, stopped up by McCollum, but that puck squirts free to neutral ice. Tipped into the zone, into the netting, and a couple fans front row having to try and duck out of the way of that one there, Gildy.
Yeah, they got to like bump on the glass because sometimes the puck gets stuck in between the glass and the netting, and then you get home. You go home with a free Skating Rebels puck. Like I have once before last season. I got a puck. I still have it. We need to tape it still, but we're long past those days.
Well, I did get some new hockey tape today. I got some new white tape, so we can work on it sometime this weekend. Maybe pregame tomorrow.
Maybe that'll be a cool little pregame skit.
Dylan Ford sends that one in. About tomorrow's game, I will not be on the play-by-play duties. I will be at the NBA in-season tournament championship game at T-Mobile Arena. Indiana Pacers taking on Los Angeles Lakers in Sin City. So AJ Reed will be taking over the play-by-play duties tomorrow night. We have a special announcement later on in the broadcast, teasing ahead to tomorrow night's action. So you're going to want to stick around for that one. It's going to be a fun broadcast towards the tail end of things tonight, but also a fun broadcast all night tomorrow. Going to be switching a few things up.
Yeah, we love AJ. He's already done a broadcast with us before. We have great chemistry, AJ and I. We've actually had one class together. I like the mustache. He's got to get it back.
He's got to bring the muzzy back, but Movember did end, so, you know, just got to, you can switch it up a little bit. It's the puck Floats back into neutral ice, sent on in by Barry. Let's cross corner. Szynski picks up. Szynski with a lot of ice time so far here tonight. The captain leading his team in this 1-to-1 hockey game. Mason Kelly is in pressuring Szynski. Kelly gets stapled to the boards and takes a tumble. Jackson Wyatt sends it in. Kelly getting back in on the forecheck. UNLV coming the other way. Kelly couldn't get to that puck. He finishes his check through neutral ice. Here comes Kelly the other way, and even 10 minutes gone. Kelly leaves to the left wing. Ran shooting into the glove of Brandon Ware, snapping it up for a whistle. 10:02 into the first period.
Not a lot of shots on Ware tonight, and that was a good save there, flashing the leather. But Dom, pretty quick period, not a lot of stoppages.
Lots of fast-paced hockey, and that's something you'd expect from two top 5 hockey teams in the country, is just nonstop fast hockey. Gallant Deacon through traffic and getting that backhander on. What an effort by Bradley Gallant, fighting off 2 different Jimmies players through the face-off dot and still getting a shot on goal.
One of the advantages of being one of the shorter players in hockey is you're able to kind of sneak under defenders a little bit. You saw Gallant do it there.
Just like the smaller running back sneaking in and out of the offensive lineman and the defensive lineman in football. Jamestown still down low, gaining the zone once again. Now the puck coming your way, but then back in. Settled down by Dalmonte and behind Wixit. Dalmonte up ice McCollum, pirouette, scoops it on the backhand, whacked in by Wyatt. Szynski whacks it right back. Return to sender. Now here comes Wilson. Wilson almost gets stopped up at the red, still gains the line, but here comes Mensch with the pickup of the loose puck. He loses it. Here's Szynski. Szynski under pressure from Mensch. Mensch turns it over, and we got a penalty call. You could see that one coming. Heath Mensch going to be going for a hook, but if there's no penalty call there, guilty. Luke Burke with a free wide open lane right down Broadway and a good scoring opportunity.
Well, too bad I got pulled over by the police there, which was the referee there. Mensch was trying to pickpocket a little bit, and I don't know what the call was, but it might have been a slash or a hook or a pull, a hold.
A hook, a little too much stick work. I saw that developing as he was in on the forecheck, and anytime you get your stick in and around the wrists or the hip area, it's gonna almost be called every single time, and it's deadly power play already with another chance. Szynski shoots and he scores. What an absolute laser from the captain, Greg Szynski, letting her rip from the high slot. 2 for 2 on the power play for Jamestown, and they're up 2-1.
I think Jamestown felt disrespected that they are ranked below UNLV on the power play. They've already jumped above them so far in this game to that number 11 spot. Really good power play. They're showing off against UNLV's great penalty kill. Over 90%, not anymore after tonight. 2 straight goals by Jamestown. Really, listen to the crowd. They've silenced the Rebel crowd. That's what they want to do tonight.
Jamestown not playing around here tonight.
I mean, I wouldn't travel from North Dakota to here for nothing, right? I mean, you want to come here to compete.
Sure, there's different things to do in North Dakota, but nothing like fabulous Las Vegas. But here's Mason Kelly driving the net, gets that puck chopped away by Volcano, and some of the Jamestown faithful in City National Arena can be heard after that defensive play. Kelly sends that one back in. The Jamestown bench having to duck out of the way. And Volcano plays it up through the wickets of Alec Johnson, who gets chased. Johnson reverses it. Now here comes UNLV. That's Tristan Rand. Rand flips it to himself. Rand shooting one off the blocker of Ware, touched up by Jamestown. We got a penalty upcoming. It's going to be a hook again. More stick work here. Gildy waiting to see who's going to be going. And it looks like it's going to be 16 in white. Carter Johnson, the freshman forward out of Winnipeg, Manitoba.
UNLV has a chance to get right back into it. But you said, what is there to do in North Dakota? There's actually a lot to do. It's going to be in South Dakota, but North Dakota is playing in South Dakota. Big football game. I was actually invited to go, but I'm actually broadcasting right now.
We got a one-time drive there from Gallant. Looking for a goal. Last week, Gallant scored a between the legs goal as Del Monte puts one on. Tipped wide. Bradley Gallant with a sensational between the legs goal against Arizona last week. He feeds that one rink wide for Cole Wyatt. He's looking to get on the score sheet again this weekend. Here's Jackson Wyatt. Played softly to his brother Cole. Can't really keep a handle on that, but he keeps possession. Reverses that one up. Jackson with a shot through traffic. Whistles it past the net. Del Monte's pass over to Jackson Wyatt isn't accurate. Now here's Gallant. Gallant shooting one, tipped way up into the protective netting, almost to the Golden Knights logo, way up top. Stop for a whistle.
And a little bit more about that North Dakota, South Dakota. It is a big game. It's the biggest rivalry in the Dakotas in football because there's no professional football team there. They have FCS teams there. South Dakota won last year, but North Dakota's got 8 of the last 10. It'll be on tomorrow night, so we'll talk about it a little bit then. But back to UNLV hockey.
And same with North Dakota State. Jordan Love for the Green Bay Packers. How about
No,
Jordan Love?
Jordan Love was Utah State. But
State.
Easton Stick went there.
Easton
Carson
Stick,
Wentz.
Chargers legend.
Trey Lance. So they've had some NFL talent come from North Dakota State. And in South Dakota, not too long ago in March Madness, they made it there as, remember, they were a big team that a lot of people thought were going to win in the first round, make an upset. But they were unable to.
As Caleb Strong misses the net, folks, you can see why I stick to mostly talking about hockey and broadcasting hockey there, but that's why me and Gody compliment each other. We know different things about different stuff.
Yeah, North Dakota, South Dakota rivalries, not a lot of people talk about that too often, but when North Dakota team's in town, I'm informed.
Out of the way, Gody, we love that. Under 20 to go on the power play. Fed out in front for Rand, who gets a shot on in tight. And it's saved by Brandon Ware, but regardless, a good chance by Tristan Rand, the freshman, and we got some gamesmanship heading back to the bench. Some guys tripping each other and some kicks and shoves, but cooler heads prevail. 15 to go on the UNLV main advantage.
Look like Rand trying to put on the brakes without showing the red lights in the back.
Face-off won by UNLV. Jackson Wyatt couldn't play that one through. Felipe Lassard sends it in. And Matias Del Monte and Szynski joust in there. Szynski gets off the ice for a change. Jamestown's penalty is up. Here's Fisher. Rink wide, couldn't get to the stick of Max Johnson. That's going to be sent right back out. Almost played through the wickets of Kyle Quinn. He stops that play up. Now puck coming back the other way. Brandon Ware comes out to play it. Leaves up for Eric Chuck. Then played back in. There's Ware again. Ware rims it around. Flamingo leg by Batuzov. Quinn lets a slap shot go through traffic. Blocked in front and sent back out. Now here's Berggren. Berggren cross corner. Quinn gets on it, shovels it. Couldn't be picked up by Batuzov. Gets as far as the blue line. Szynski back out there. Now here comes UNLV trying to get it going the other way. They do. Wyatt Johnson. Up ice for Carter Johnson. We got some jousting right in front of the benches. We got a penalty. Waiting for the official call here. Looks like it's going to be a rough. Trying to see who's going to be sitting here. Michael Batuzov sitting 2 minutes for a roughing call. UNLV back on the PK, and it's not what you want to do under just under 5 minutes left. Already 2 for 2. Jamestown is on this power play. It's just not the situation you want to get yourself into. They're going to feed one on in tight, stopped by Wixon. The puck gets as far as the blue, but Szynski's going to have to retreat. Got his forearm out in front of that clearance attempt. Good hustle from the captain, and Del Monte finally sends it back in. And Gildy, if they get a kill here, you can maybe expect some more juice in the UNLV power play and the or penalty kill on the UNLV bench. But you're going to expect there's a heck of amount more, as there's an icing, a heck of amount more or even amount of juice and the Jamestown power play.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing for UNLV. You're due. You're due to stop a power play at this point. You already gave up 2 power play goals. I know Jamestown, they have a really good power play, but UNLV, they have one of the best penalty kills also in the ACHA. So I think I gotta throw the first 2 out, play good hockey, stop the penalty kill right now, because right now you have the puck in your offensive zone, win the faceoff, take care of business, then try to produce some offense for the last 3 minutes of the period.
Jamestown controls in their own zone. That's Szynski, the latest goal scorer for Jamestown. Puck can't be played through, sent back in. Ware sends it up ice. Now here comes Jamestown, played in, around the wall. About a minute even to go on the Batuzov penalty. And then sent back out. Jamestown got fresh legs out there on the power play unit. Here's Arachuk. Rink wide feed. Played in. Now rink wide feed. Jamestown still in the zone. Shooting one, missing the net. Almost got upended there by Mason Kelly. That was Reed Wilson, a junior. He was on the team last time Jamestown came to play here. Very physical series. There's a couple big scraps in both games. Jamestown did take UNLV to overtime one of those nights. Now alumni Paxton Malone scored the game winner in that one. Shot there through traffic. Gets deflected to the high glass. Final 5 on the Batuzov penalty. Shooting one in tight and they score. What a goal. Reed Wilson, it looks like, from a sharp angle, putting that one top cheddar. Not sure officially, Gildy, but it looks like maybe 3 for 3 on the power play for Jamestown.
Well, for sure it's 3 for 3. I mean, I don't know what would negate it, but really good shot there by Reed Wilson. And finding that top shelf, it looked like it was at the top shelf, that shot. Went past Wixon, 3-1. This is what Jamestown wants. A quiet UNLV crowd, going to the second period with a lead and continue the momentum from there. Great start from Jamestown.
UNLV now facing their biggest deficit at home this season of 2 goals with under 3 minutes remaining. Here's Max Johnson. He led the team in scoring 2 years ago. Still a mainstay in the Skate and Rebel offense.
That was another close one, Dom.
Another scoring chance there by Jamestown. Feeding one in tight, skipping free, loose puck whacked at. That puck looks like it missed the net, but Jamestown really getting to the goal mouth a lot here tonight as we have another icing. It's just they're getting traffic in front, which is what you always want. We have some bit of extracurriculars behind the play, it looks like. We don't have one of our monitors tonight, so we excuse that, but
looks like it's taken care of by now, Dom.
we do have some penalties. It's Max Johnson and Keaton Klein. Both sitting. You can imagine it'd be roughing or unsportsmanlike conduct. 2:17 to go. 2 minutes aside. More room out there, but a chance for UNLV to really kind of get this crowd back fired up. Maybe they just need one hit to turn the tide and then one really good offensive zone possession that they can convert on. But right now, just anything to give this team more juice.
I'm on the contrary now. I think that this is really good for Jamestown. This 4-on-4, this more space. They've looked really good when there's more space. I know they had an extra player, an extra attacker, but Jamestown, they've been doing really good on any type of special teams. Let's see what Jamestown can do to try to even extend their lead.
Even 2 minutes. Roughing is the call. Now here comes Cole White, or Jackson White, excuse me. Jackson deeks to the outside. Jackson shooting one, blocked away there. Knifed up, Kyle Quinn plays that one into the zone. Volcano under siege from Kelly. They both tumble to the ice. Then puck sent down the length of the ice by Dumont. Blown dead for a whistle, and Dumont tried to sneak onto the bench, but Tannenberg, the official, said, "Oh no, you don't," and got 5 and White back out on the ice. Submit at 35 left in the first period.
There's a big opportunity if you win the faceoff, have that 4-on-4. Well, too late to say now.
Good opportunity, as you're about to mention there, if they could win that offensive zone draw, but they did it in 1:05 to go in this wide open portion of the game. Roughing Miners aside, that's Keaton Klein and Max Johnson. Gallant tried to touch that one back to Cole White in the 2-on-2 rush, couldn't get it. Alec Johnson, Max's brother, can't touch that one on, and that's played on through. And now here comes Jamestown, delayed penalty on UNLV. Coming the other way, extra attacker on under a minute to go. 5-on-4, play blown dead. We're awaiting the official sentence. Who's going and for what? It's gonna be a slash, more stick work here tonight. UNLV going on the PK once more. Alec Johnson sitting, so you got both Johnsons in the box. Max coming out in 39, as well as Keaton Klein. They're gonna have about 1:21 abbreviated power play for Jamestown. A chance to go 4 for 4.
This is not where UNLV wants to be at right now. Special teams is where Jamestown's been dominating, and when you're down 3-1, you're giving them an extra opportunity to extend their lead before intermission.
That shot missing wide, hitting the high glass, played down low, in tight, fed on, steered away. Arachuk at the point, shooting one into the chest of Wixon and sent out by Matias Del Monte. 25 to go now in the first period. Here's Arachuk again. 5 to go on the matching penalties to Klein and Johnson. And now we got more 4-on-4 action coming up. That was Del Monte getting the legs yanked out of him. With 16 seconds to go. That's Reed Wilson, the latest goal scorer, sitting. Now we got UNLV possibly with a 39-second abbreviated power play right as the 2 penalties expired.
Terrible penalty there to take. Because if you think about it, even if UNLV was able to get the puck, Jamestown had 3 guys in their defensive zone already. UNLV would have just had to dump in the puck. It would have ended the period. And Jamestown would have gone into the second period with a power play. But now they're 4-on-4, and UNLV is going to have some power play time in the second period. That's a bad penalty to take right there.
They feed it to the slot anyways as the buzzer almost sounds. 0.6 to go. We got bodies in front of Wixon.
Because it was only 16 seconds, there would have been more time on Jamestown's power play in the next period. But now, even though there's not a lot of momentum, it gives UNLV something to look forward to when they go to the bench instead of having to dread that we have to kill another minute of a power play, of a penalty kill right when we come back out. That's a big thing that just happened right there. Big penalty. Let's see how it takes effect in the next period.
Most definitely, but first, Gildy, we must take a quick break. Jamestown up 3-1 after 20 minutes, 3 for 3 on the power play. They almost had one to end the period, but a costly penalty from Reed Wilson puts us at 4-on-4 for 1:05 when we come back after a quick break. More Skating Rebel hockey coming at you.
Here with Rob McCollum now. Rob, Jamestown is now 3 for 3 on the power play. What do you guys need to do to stay out of the box?
Plain and simple. We got to dial down, quit it with the stick infractions, and start playing some Rebels hockey.
Besides just staying out of the box, what else do you feel like the team needs to adjust in the next period and for the rest of the game?
Yeah, I think we sat back just a little bit too much, gave them a little bit too much respect. We definitely have more to give on our end.
Thank you so much, Rob. Back to you, Dom and Ryan.
Thank you for that, Zoe. First period down here so far. Shots are a little messed up there, but 3-1. UNLV down 3 for 3 on the power play for Jamestown here tonight. Shots are 12-8 in favor of the Jimmies. UNLV, some keys here for the rest of the night. UNLV got to stay disciplined in this middle period. And Jamestown just got to stay cool, Gildy. Just stay cool, keep it composed, because UNLV is a physical team. These things happen, and you're going to be expecting them to really start throwing the body around for one, to really start getting some of their guys fired up, get the bench fired up, but also to just start trying to change the tide of the game. You're starting to see a lot of usage for specifically the Jamestown captain, Greg Stasinski. Phenomenal player, has a goal tonight on the power play, leading his team by example on the ice, scoring, throwing the body, blocking shots, getting in the way of clearance attempts. But there's a lot of usage for some of these Jamestown lines, so start throwing the body and start really wearing them down.
They got to wear them down, but the momentum can get picked up right away. UNLV, they're on a 4-on-4, but they're going to be on a little 30, 35-second power play within 2 minutes in this period. So take that, get some offensive zone time, try to put one into the back end of the net, cut the deficit to 1, and put the Tide back to the West Coast here.
Face-off being reset, and we're back underway here at City National Arena. Second period hockey, getting action. UNLV now going away from your TV screens or your screen on whatever device you may be watching on, TV, phone, iPad, laptop, desktop even. Rob McCollum, rink wide off the wall. Now here's Mason Kelly. Kalen Kelly, a slot, shooting one, blocked away. Mason Kelly looking for a goal here tonight. It's Jake Barry in his own end. About 14 seconds to go in this 4-on-4 period. Now here comes Jamestown, under 10 left on the Alec Johnson penalty. Felipe Lasari keeping possession of the puck. UNLV back to full strength, about a 39-second power play for the Skating Rebels here. Sent up by, settled down by Dalmonte. UNLV on the power play. Haven't connected yet. Cole Wyatt's goal earlier tonight came at even strength. Cole Wyatt continuing his phenomenal season. UNLV still trying to go to work on the power play. Only 10 seconds to go now. Nothing yet going, but here's Jackson Wyatt through center. His pass just out of the reach of Bradley Gallant, blown dead for an icing with 4 seconds to go on the Skating Rebels man advantage.
Not what you really want from the UNLV power play. This is when you really wanted to push the puck, have an offensive zone opportunity, and right now it looks like Jamestown, barring 4 seconds and being on their own offensive side of the ice, they're going to kill this power play with ease.
Face-off out to the right of Wixon. Christensen wins it. Stasinski scored the second goal of the night for the Jimmies. They're back to full strength. Still nothing going for UNLV on special teams so far here tonight. Here's Max Johnson. Johnson pulls up and he'll float that one in. Big reverse hit on the half wall though, coming together with Brad Fortin. Max Johnson trying to get some life going in the building for the UNLV faithful and his bench. Puck sent down the ice, blown dead for a whistle. And an icing, puck coming back to the Jamestown defensive zone, just about 2 minutes and 20 seconds in.
Not the start that UNLV wants, but they're going to get an offensive zone face-off. Even those things, winning the face-off, getting offensive zone time, that's important right now for the Skating Rebels.
Face-off controlled by UNLV. Alec Johnson puts one on, snapped up in the glove of Brandon Ware, his 9th save of the night. UNLV still trying to get anything going here. Jamestown in their power play is a battery in the back of this team so far tonight. Shot there, sticked away by Brandon Ware. Dylan Ford down low, touched on by Strong. Strong in pursuit now. Ford whacks at it, blocked in front. And now here comes Jamestown the other way. Partial break, shooting one, blocked away by the stick of Alec Johnson on the back check. That was Berggren getting in on that chance. Heath Mensch flips that one out. And here's Szynski, his pass. Excuse me, that was Aronchuk, his pass goes the length of the ice, blown dead for an icing. Now UNLV seems to be a bit better through the neutral zone besides that last rush, but they're starting to force a bit more errant passes. There's not a lot of passes being tape to tape for Jamestown, but they really need to get something going in the offensive zone here now.
Yeah, that's a second icing for Jamestown. Now you got them with some tired legs. Let's see if UNLV can take advantage of it, especially on the long chain second period.
The long change, something we've been preaching for the year and a half now, Gildy, that we've been commentary partners in the booth. Seeing it again here tonight. Daniel Fisher trying to go to work at the blue line, keep that one into the zone. UNLV still with possession. Played through the slot, whacked at there, blocked in front. Lots of shot blocks here from Jamestown. And it's the same guy blocking a lot of the shots as of late. That's Logan Berggren. Sacrificing the body. He'll get changed up. And you can expect there's going to be some pats on the back for 14 in white. Here comes UNLV the other way, though. Max Johnson feeds to the slot, backhand chance, and he does it, or he scores. Waved off at first, but Bradley Gallant, forehand, backhand off a beautiful feed from Max Johnson. 3-2 hockey game now.
Did a great job there, Gallant, creeping up Ware a little bit there. I know that the referee didn't see the goal, then he did, but great job. Gallant realized Ware a little bit outside the crease, did a little fake, went to the backhand, was able to find the empty net that way, put the Rebels on the board, making it a 3-2 game. And that was very big. Jamestown, too many icings, too many opportunities for the Rebels in the offensive zone, and they took advantage of it.
And speaking of fakes, Cody, the official waved it off at first, which caused the confusion.
I'm kidding. It wasn't. I'm sorry, guys. It wasn't. I meant to say it was in, but it wasn't.
Bit of a prank there as we got some chops at the goaltender and we got some unhappy guys. And looks like someone grabbed the cage of Max Johnson. Just double checking the name was, looked like it was Kolick who grabbed the cage of Max Johnson, and it is gonna be he's gonna be sitting for 2, and it looks like Max Johnson as well is in the box for UNLV. So 4-on-4 again here, Gildy. This is probably the most 4-on-4 hockey I've seen in a game for UNLV maybe ever. This is a lot of 4-on-4
This is the
hockey.
most I've seen this early in the game. Normally you see some 4-on-4 in the back end of the game because either the game's a blowout or both teams have gotten to the point where they strongly dislike each other to the point where they get into roughings after every single time the whistle's blown. So normal see 4-on-4, but not that much this early in the game, Dom.
Now more open ice for both teams here to make some plays happen. Now UNLV in the zone. Now here comes Jamestown the other way. Jamestown gains the zone, floats that one on. Dalmonte snaps his twig. Dalmonte trying to get a new piece of lumber. Mason Kelly playing it around the stick. Big chop at the puck there by Wixon, breaking up the play, preventing Morgan Venn from getting in there. UNLV now in the zone. Shot there from Alec Johnson, a turn and burner from the slot. Misses the net wide, trying to go blocker. And we got a cross-checking call, some more stick work. That's Mason Kelly going to the box. Cross-check to separate his man from the puck, but a little too forceful, according to the official. And now we have 4-on-3 power play for Jamestown for 1:13.
When you do it in the middle of the ice like that, it's going to get called 9 times out of 10. One like that, probably 10 times out of 10. Kelly went high, did exactly what a textbook cross-check was inside his offensive zone. It's going to be some 4-on-3 hockey for a little bit, and then it'll be 5-on-4 for Jamestown. But now we get to see how this UNLV penalty kill is in the second period compared to the first.
Face-off won by Bradley Gallant. The three-man penalty kill out there is Quinn, Dalmonte, and Gallant. Here's Reed Wilson, scored the latest goal for Jamestown. Reed Wilson plays that one rink wide for Fortin. Fortin up by Szynski, scored the second goal. Szynski walking in. Now Wilson looking, Szynski with a drive. Blocked in front by Quinn. Now Fortin down low, there's Logan Bergeron. Bergeron now, the half wall pulls up, leaves it down low for Fortin. Fortin now looking, peels to the high slot, he'll stop up, he'll move on in, looking. He plays one rink wide for Wilson, who tips it on, but just skips it through the blue paint. Good opportunity for Reed Wilson, looking for his second of the night. Here's Szynski, 31 to go on the matching penalties. Fortin gets taken down the ice by Gallant, and Quinn sends it out, and Fortin and Gallant come together behind the play again. Fortin will get changed up. Only one fresh guy out there for the Jimmies. Dalmonte sends it down the length of the ice. Gallant is going to get changed up. Some more fresh legs coming on for Jamestown. A fresh guy coming on for UNLV. Two fresh men out there. 3 seconds to go on the original penalties. Michael Batuzov, Matthias Dalmonte, and Dylan Ford out there. So 3 to go with 4-on-3. And then a 51-second abbreviated penalty kill for the Skating Rebels on the Mason Kelly cross-checking minor.
I like how the Rebels have been killing this 4-on-3. They have a speedster up top and then two big defensemen in the back.
Berensky with a shot, handcuffs Wicks in there. 5-on-4 hockey now. Penalty killing unit, Dylan Ford, Jake Berry, Michael Batuzov, and Nick Flanders for UNLV. That puck sent rink wide, arm raised on Wixon, blown dead for an icing. 34 to go on the Kelly minor.
But it was great to see Gallant and Batuzov, two of the fastest players on this team, kill off that penalty because their speed almost mimicked two players. So that 4-on-3, other than that one opportunity at the slot, it really felt like I was watching 4-on-4 hockey for a little bit because of the speed of Gallant and Batuzov mimicking two players.
That's been a thing for the last couple seasons, Gildy. They're just so fast. So the first guy's into the zone on the forecheck, and then the last guy's out on the back check as Nick Flanders emphatically sits Morgan Venn down on the half wall. Dylan Ford tries to jam it out of the zone, but it's tipped up and out of play.
And now the crowd's starting to get into it. That's something that Jamestown took away early in the game. Crowd's rejuvenated back here in the second period. Big thanks to the goal earlier by Gallant.
Face-off out to the right of Wixon. 11 seconds to go on the Kelly minor. Face-off won by UNLV. Alec Johnson under siege, chops it underneath the legs of the linesman, not out. There's Volcano. Plays it down low, spun back out, stopped up by Johnson on the back of the net. He holds it there. Stoppage of play. But a good play there from Alec Johnson, killing off the rest of the penalty, just holding the puck there on the back of the net.
That's a frozen puck there. A weird way to freeze it. Puck's at the net. You're on the penalty kill. Put your stick over the puck. No one can get it. Referee's going to blow the whistle for a frozen puck for you.
Mason Kelly fresh out of the box, loses that draw. Crom can't play it through. Kelly touches it on. Here comes UNLV 3-on-1. Justice Stathopoulos moving on in, shooting one. Misses the net. Justice Stathopoulos looking for his second on the year with a great chance with a burst of speed up the right wing boards. Now here comes Jamestown. The Jimmies gain in the zone. That's Berger and plays one on. That's tipped wide by a leg. Shot there again. Pillow saved by Wixon. Now Jackson Wyatt pushes Johnson to the boards. Shot there again off of the post. Great chance in tight there by Christensen. He thought it was in. He threw his hands up in celebration, but it's waved off. UNLV comes the other way, and they get a whistle. A couple guys come together behind the play. It looks like it was Mason Kelly and Justin Dumont.
A lot of scoring opportunities, both sides, Dom, with the 3-on-1. Because normally if you have a 3-on-1, you're not able to score. The opposing team, they normally can make an odd man rush for themselves. That's what Jamestown tried to formulate, had another good opportunity, wasn't able to find the back of the net.
Jamestown playing it down low once again. Working it below the goal line. Bradley Gallant comes away with it. Played it up for Max Johnson, played back in. As Christensen, he'll spin that one back in. Reed Wilson, latest goal scorer. Wilson plays it up. Win time chance for Christensen. Blocked by Max Johnson. Max Johnson now with his own loose puck. Filters it in. Bradley Gallant trying to hop it on the forecheck. He does. Whacked back into the zone. Szynski loses the puck in tight. Good puck support by Christensen there. Plays it off the half wall. Stopped up by Barry, who sends it back in. Now Jamestown trying to get the puck broken out of their own zone. Wilson tied up. Heath Mensch. One-time drive there by Strong. Good feed by Mensch. One-timer from Strong directed aside. Now UNLV still working it. Shot there, blocked out in front. 11 to go in the second period of play. UNLV still with possession, working the wall. That's Quinn dancing through traffic, leaves it off. Shot there in tight, stick save by Ware. He'll hold for a whistle. With 10:53 remaining, UNLV looking a bit better in the offensive zone. That last goal putting them right back in there on the doorstep, and they're looking hungrier and hungrier.
Yeah, remember, there's a one-bounce game right now for either way, for Jamestown to extend it or UNLV to knot it back up at 3. Because remember that first goal, almost a little bit of puck luck there to find Cole Wyatt and to find the back of the net. Just one more bounce of the puck, UNLV could take the game and tie it back up.
Jamestown coming away with possession. Puck skips on to Wixon, who holds it for a whistle and snips it up off the ice.
And second period, much more evenly played. I would say even a little bit towards UNLV's played a little bit better hockey in the second period. It reflects on the scoreboard as well, scoring a goal in Jamestown so far. Not shot total, we haven't talked about it much today. Jamestown, they do have the lead in it right now, 17-13. We'll keep an eye on that. But UNLV, they've had a couple times where they haven't outshot teams, but they won. So that's happened a couple times so far this season at home.
UNLV trying to get it broken out. Dylan Ford can't connect with his man up the right wing. Icing. Play comes back 200 feet.
Yeah, a lot of icing so far in this period because both teams are trying to get that stretch pass, trying to get that odd man rush. Unsuccessful there for the Rebels. That's a nice little gesture by Baraneski. Don't know exactly what he meant by it, but a gesture.
Didn't quite catch what he did, but sure our cameras did be able to give you some more insight later on tonight.
I think AJ also did. I'll get a little report from him. Because he actually pointed it out to me.
Alec Johnson moving on, shooting one. Deflected wide. Up ice, steered away by Johnson. Puck played in. That was a grounder fielded by Wixon. Alec Johnson now starting to headman this rush. Johnson spinning away from pressure. Under siege there from another Johnson, and Alec Johnson gets dumped to the ice by Logan Berggren. Now here's Mason Kelly driving. Kelly from his knees plays one to the net, steered aside. Penalty upcoming.
Looked like Kelly was tripped. Let's see by who.
Awaiting the sentence. It's going to be Jordan Crom for a trip, the senior forward. from Calgary, Alberta. UNLV with an opportunity on the power play to tie this thing up and give us a brand new hockey game. And the Skating Rebels control off the draw. Dalmonte, rink wide feed. Now up ice, Jackson White. Dalmonte with a drive shot there into the glove of Ware. Held for a whistle. Faceoff's going to come out to the right.
Just getting those opportunities, those one-timers, that's what UNLV is going to try to really get as much offensive zone time during this power play as possible. Haven't been successful yet tonight, but the first one they got the offensive zone time they needed and scored later on in it.
Jackson White with a shot there, tipped on, but everyone's diving for it. Loose puck, body sprawling, and we got some cross checks and stick work. Cooler heads appear that they're going to prevail, but UNLV is starting to throw anything and everything on net.
Like you said, more bodies, puck close to the net, that's what creates goals, and that was what they were trying to get there.
Minute 38 to go. The UNLV power play. Face-off won by the Skating Rebels. There's Jackson Wyatt doing battle against the wall. Puck gets knifed out of the zone. Wyatt plays it back for Dalmonte. Dalmonte gains the blue. Off the kick plate for Wyatt. Jackson Wyatt, rink-wide feed. UNLV, another rink-wide feed. Dalmonte couldn't settle that one down. Dalmonte up for Jackson Wyatt. Plays it for his brother Cole. Cole feeds it to the slot. Tipped on almost on net. UNLV getting a lot of traffic. Jackson Wyatt plays it off the kick plate for Dalmonte. Dalmonte now skating the blue. Jackson Wyatt pulls up, skates to the high slot, leaves it for Dalmonte. Dalmonte pirouettes, shooting one into the glove of Brandon Ware, seeing that one all the way through to the trapper. 54 seconds to go on the Jamestown PK.
Good job by Ware, and good job using the trapper, being able to catch it with that, not using a blocker, not putting it in play for a rebound opportunity. I know it went to the glove side, but oftentimes it either doesn't get caught or it goes off a pad instead, and then there's a rebound opportunity. So good job there, freezing the puck.
UNLV still controls. About 50 seconds to go now. Strong plays that one down. Now on the near side. Play back down low. Szynski going to work down below the goal line against Burke. Strong gets that one knifed away, and now here comes Jamestown one-on-one. Deacon through there. That was Lazard, Felipe Lazard getting that one knifed away by Alec Johnson.
Lazard was looking for a call, but didn't get it.
Now here's Tristan Rand turning it back up north. 15 to go on the UNLV power play. Rand in a given pursuit. Plays it around the goal. Fed out front. People knifing at it. Back behind the net now. UNLV still trying to get a puck on net. Final 5, final 3. Shot there, tipped wide. Strong knifes it back in. Jamestown back to full strength. UNLV still with possession. Now here's Jamestown. Off the linesman, doesn't get that far. Now up ice, tipped in. Jamestown getting changed up. Kyle Quinn. Jake Berry. Now Fisher. Fisher flips it on the backhand to the right wing, tipped in. Now puck played out of the zone. Kyle Quinn given pursuit. Now Jake Berry. Up ice, stopped up by the thigh of Nick Flanders. And Berensky getting around Quinn. Barry gets on that loose puck. Now Fisher up ice, Flanders. Flanders flips that one in. McCollum steers that one back in. Now UNLV in on the forecheck. Jamestown breaking the puck out. McCollum gets the body position. Separates Johnson from the puck. Now Dalmonte skating through pressure, turns it over. Dalmonte gets the puck back and softly plays that one up for Tristan Rand. Now here's Rand. Stathopoulos up the middle. Stathopoulos gains the zone, swings out wide. Plays it through. UNLV still in the zone, under 6 to go. Plays coming right back at you on your screen. Played in, Wixon out to play the puck, settles it down, wires it around for McCollum. McCollum looking, back down low for Ford. Ford now gets a pickpocket. Here's Fortin. Fortin feeds it to the slot. Berggren can't tip that one, doesn't get it off. Get all of that one. Looks like it went off of the heel of his stick. And Ford jumping, trying to upend Berggren. And Berggren stood him up. Shot there off the cuff of Wixon's trapper. Berggren finding it, gets it wrestled away. Bodies flying everywhere. Ford back on that one, whacks it on the backhand. Volcano plays it back up. Fortin tips it. Loose puck in front of Wixon. Everyone whacking at it. Skips away for Rand, who tries to steer it out. Stopped up by Volcano. Volcano plays it back in. Fortin still down low. Puts on the brakes, turns it the other way. Fortin plays it down low. There's Christensen. Christensen hit the post earlier. Down low for Reed Wilson. Wilson, the latest goal scorer for Jamestown. Wilson taking it for a hot lap here. Wilson evading pressure from Kelly. Feeds it to the slot for Fortin. Fortin gets it chipped away. Still fighting for it on the half wall. Plays it up for Wyatt Johnson. Now Reed Wilson below the goal line. Wilson peels out. Wixon without the goal stick. He gets a stick from Mason Kelly. Shot there through traffic. Off the elbow of Mason Kelly. Kelly without his twig. Gave that to Wixon. Kelly up top. Now down low. Wilson looking. Wilson shooting one off the post. Second post of this game for Jamestown to not go the right way. Wilson. Saucer pass to Szynski. Szynski has a second goal for Jamestown. Shooting one through traffic. Blocked in front by Hukulak. Wilson turning away from pressure. Jamestown still in the zone. Wilson still with the puck. Plays it up for Wyatt Johnson. Johnson with a shot through traffic. Blocked again by Kelly. Kelly still trying to mirror Johnson. Wyatt Johnson looking. One-time drive by Szynski. Misses the net. Hitting the high glass. Lassard gets stapled to the glass by Stathopoulos. Stathopoulos and Lassard wrestle. Hukulak deeks to the slot. Hukulak with a backhander. Misses the net high. Jamestown still with possession, under 3:40 to go. Lassard gets stapled to the wall by McCollum. Stathopoulos finds it and finally lifts it out of the defensive zone. And they're going to get changed in a terrible change for UNLV. 3-on-0. Lassard has a pass go off his stick. Wixon has to come out and play it up. UNLV still hemmed in. Jackson Wyatt plays it up. Here's Alec Johnson, who finally breaks the siege. Gallant with the puck going off of his stick, and he finally chips it in. Wixon gets his goal stick back. What a sequence. UNLV now trying to get it going. They can't connect with Gallant. Szynski plays it up ice. Can't connect with his man, and now here comes Jamestown. 2-on-1 shot there from Klein off the pad by Wixon. Max Johnson almost gets sent into the Jamestown bench by Berensky. Now here comes UNLV the other way. That's Cole Wyatt. Scored the first goal here tonight. Cole Wyatt moving on in, tries to feed it to the slot. A mess below the goal line. UNLV still trying to keep the zone. Whacked at there, but the puck still comes out. A Rebels chant breaking out here at City National Arena. Whacked in by Cole White, who gets changed up. UNLV still in on the forecheck. But the puck's finally going to come the other way. Blown dead for a whistle.
Breathe, breathe, Dom. That was wild. Wow.
Unreal sequence.
So we heard like about 2-minute shift there, right? Yeah, a little over 2 minutes there. Wow, what a sequence.
What a stand by Wixon.
Wixon with Kelly's glove. I mean, with Kelly's stick. That was crazy.
An unreal stand by the Skating Rebels. If that doesn't fire up your bench, I don't know what does. Shot there by Strong, blocked in front. Another chance for Strong, blocked down in front. Into the slot. Jamestown can't clear, but they finally clear the zone. That's Berggren. Tries to flip it through Jake Berry. Delayed offsides. Blown dead, or a hand pass, it looks like. But man,
it gives us more time to talk about that previous sequence. It all started off with a turnover by Strong in his own end, and he had to stand for 2 minutes. Stood strong, no pun intended, for 2 minutes with his teammates. Wow. That was more impressive than any of the penalty kills the Rebels have gotten so far. And I think that gives the Rebels some momentum there, but Jamestown, they got to feel good that they're able to have that much offensive zone time.
It looks like they were buzzing there, and they're still buzzing here under 2 to go. That's Reed Wilson. It's that line that was generating that last offensive siege, Gildy. That ever deadly line with Christensen, Fortin, and Reed Wilson. Combining for a handful of points and a handful of posts as well here tonight. Final 90 seconds of the middle period. Here's Jake Berry. Sends it up ice, connects with Luke Burke. Burke, dipping the shoulder, driving the net, shoots one off the blocker. Shot there again. Doesn't look like it gets on net. Shot there again from the point into the UJ crest of Ware and held for a whistle. Final 70 seconds on the docket.
So Dom, as a hockey player, I know I asked you some of these. What would you do as a hockey player moment? And this is one of them. What goes through the mindset of a team right there after having that much offensive zone time? Who has the momentum? The team that stopped it or the team that had that much offensive zone time? What team has the momentum? Where would you be as a teammate? Which side would you rather be on?
Get to that thought in a second. Lassard, his shot sticked away. Lassard, or that player took a bit of a spill behind the play. That was Michael Cusick. Fed rink wide there, UNLV with a power play upcoming. It looks like it's going to be on Felipe Lassard for a slash with 48.3. But going back to that question there, Gildy, I think that honestly,
it's a
it's
tough
pretty
question.
subjective. I think the team that has a stand, that has the momentum. I mean, you see your guys laying out, blocking shots and everything like that. That will give you a spark, but I mean, depending on how your coach is, if your coach is really positively reinforcing and you're the team that had that offensive zone possession, you could really be buzzing. If your coach is like, that's a good shift, keep pushing that and you'll score, and there's a lot of positive reinforcement behind the bench, you might have the momentum there depending on how your coach responds to that. But I can imagine that the Jamestown coaching staff responded pretty positively. So I'd say Jamestown still has that, because I feel like that they're right there of getting that insurance marker goal. So they're going to be hungrier as ever next time they get a possession like that. Shot tipped down in front. UNLV trying to get a good possession like that, but it skips free. Final 20 of the second period of play. Del Monte back to recover. Final 15. Del Monte up the right wing boards. That puck gains the zone. Final 10. We got a blown dead whistle. It's going to be offsides after some contact. 6.3 left, but long-winded way to answer that, but it's pretty subjective depending on your coach and how the morale is on the bench. If you have a good coach behind the bench and you're on the offensive team with positive reinforcement, you got the momentum. The other guys on the other side, tired. If you're the other guys, you might have some of the momentum, so we're going to have to wait and see. Final 5, final 3, and that'll do it. 40 minutes down. We got an exciting 20 on the docket here, Gildy.
This is as dead even as you could get it at this point in the game, where Jamestown, they're up by 1, had a great offensive possession, but UNLV able to defend it. Wixon able to use Mason Kelly's stick, being able to stop it, get a power play, put some good quality opportunities into it, and starting the third period with the power play. That's as even as you're going to get it. Very excited to see what happens in the third period, Dom.
Definitely, Gildy. 3-2, Jamestown leads. Final 20 minutes, an exciting final 20 minutes coming right up after a quick break. Stay with us.
I'm here with defenseman Kyle Quinn. Kyle, what was working well in that second period?
Well, we knew they were going to come fast and come hard playing the body. I think we finally got our feet moving again and started to push back a little bit that second period to get us going. So things started going our way more when we started hitting too. And yeah.
What does the team need to do in the third period to come out with the win?
We got to keep our feet moving, stay on them on the forecheck, and just make that first pass out of the zone, and we shouldn't have an issue winning this game.
Thanks, Kyle. Ryan and Dom, back to you. I'm here with defenseman Kyle Quinn.
Well, there you have it. That's a surprise that I spoke about earlier on in the broadcast. Freshman defenseman Bo Kennedy stepping on the mic. He's talking to Kyle Quinn.
Let's give a hand for Bo making his broadcast debut right there. I'm giving him some claps for that. They should do some stick taps for him.
Taking a look at
That's pretty cool.
Very cool, Gildy. Taking a look at the period stats here. Shots on goal are correct. 20-18 in favor of Jamestown. Jamestown has been kind of stipend on the man advantage. Lots of penalties, though, to go around. The keys here for the final, maybe final 20. Jamestown just got to finish them. And UNLV, it's rare that we say this season, but get one.
You know what mine is? I have another key for you, Dom. Light it up twice. Light it up the horn twice. I know what you're lighting up also twice tonight. The menorah, 2 candles tonight for the second night. Try to get 2 goals, get the goal horn to light up twice. That's what the Rebels need to win the game tonight.
There it is. Happy Hanukkah, my brother.
Thank you.
Happy Hanukkah. A bit delayed, albeit, but nonetheless.
And don't forget Jess.
Jessica Sobel, happy Hanukkah as well.
Half Jewish, but gets to light up both candles.
UNLV coming into this third period, a minute 12 of carryover power play time. A very, very good chance to kick off this possible final 20 minutes with a tie. We'll see if they can knot the game up. We're back underway here at City National Arena. Ware plays that one off the glass. Stopped up in the shin pads of Cole Wyatt. Jackson Wyatt, Dalmonte. Dalmonte moving one on. Stick save, bouncing puck settled down by Dalmonte. Jackson Wyatt now. Down low, Max Johnson's in on that. Johnson plays it off the wall. There's Cole Wyatt for Jackson. Jackson shooting one from the high slot in the shin pads of a Kulak. Jackson Wyatt feeds one to Dalmonte off the pad. Loose puck kicked on by Gallant, who settles it down. There's Dalmonte, Matthias Dalmonte. Jackson Wyatt with a drive through traffic into the chest of Ware for a whistle. And Max Johnson gets shoved away from the blue paint.
Couple really good opportunities for the Rebels to get things started on the power play. That's the start that they wanted to begin the second period. They got to start off the third period. Let's see if they can convert it to finding the back of the net.
Now here's Klein. Klein now. Final 10 on the UNLV power play. Klein still in there. He loses the puck. Jackson Wyatt picks it up. He'll retreat. Final 5. Drop pass. Alec Johnson. This pass gets knocked away by Crom. Heath Mensch knifes it through. Mensch can't keep possession of the puck. Jamestown back to full strength. Ford sends it in. Mensch settles it down, plays it up ice, into the skates of Fortin. Fortin now. Bumped by Burke. He sent that one into the zone for an icing. An icing. Bit of a high-pitched call there, a bit different. Just over a minute and a half into this third period of play. UNLV still looking pretty solid. They couldn't convert on the final minute 12 of that power play. Something definitely the coaching staff is going to be looking at once this thing's over. Jamestown controls possession. Burke's the only guy in there. Mensch spins that one up to the slot. Can't get it. Strong pickpockets Wilson. Caleb Strong off the skate of Burke. Burke plays it up. Forward touch pass to Alec Johnson. Johnson with a snapshot. He scores! Alec Johnson, the captain. The snapshot from the high face-off dot ties this game up at 3.
That's exactly what you want. You want to get back on the board early, have a lot more time to try to extend the lead later in the period. Great job there by Alec Johnson. that snapshot right there, found the back of the net, put the Rebels tied at 3. That's what captains do. They elevate their team, and right there, Alec Johnson elevated them on the scoreboard, tying up the game at 3.
Alec Johnson tells Greg Szynski, eat your heart out. Each captain here tonight has got a goal for their respective team. And it's a brand new hockey game here, Gildy. UNLV still in, fresh off that tying goal. They're looking to go ahead one. Daniel Fisher plays Morgan Venn to the wall. Szynski under pressure from Fisher. Szynski gets bumped hard by Flanders there. They both go into the cage, knocking the water off of Brandon Ware's net. He picks it back up and settles it down. Now Szynski behind the net. Gets hit hard by Fisher. And Szynski keeps Fisher's stick in his armpit, and he's barking at the official. Fisher did go a bit high with the lumber there. Szynski was looking for a cross-checking penalty or a high sticking penalty. And as Szynski gets changed up with UNLV in their own zone, he's still talking to the ref. Now here's Tristan Rand, sprung by Del Monte. Rand dips a shoulder, goes on down low, puts it off the side of the cage. Kelly put it back on net, into the chest there, Brandon Ware.
Dangerous second chance. All started there from Tristan Rand's speed, able to get to the net. Went off the blocker, and Kelly had an opportunity there, unable to find the back of the net, but a really good opportunity there for the Rebels. And we talked about that shot comparison earlier. Jamestown was up the majority of the game. You'll be back on top 23-20.
Mason Kelly wins the puck battle. It's Rand in tight. Another stop by Ware, and Tristan Rand takes a cross check, and he headbutts Jake Kukulik. Tristan Rand, a fiery rookie, but this young gun line, Tristan Rand, Justin Stathopoulos, and Mason Kelly really coming into their own. Justin Stathopoulos getting his first goal as a skating Rebel last week. Here's Rand again, gets it knifed away. But this young crop of guys here for UNLV, the freshmen, really playing well here this season in the fall semester. Now in the UNLV defensive zone, they're going to break it out. Now through neutral ice. Play it up, Del Monte checks Lassard to the ice. Another UNLV player takes a spill. Puck in deep, that was Kelly who took the spill. He tried to chase that one below the goal line. Now Szynski. Up ice. That was Johnson. Wyatt Johnson to be exact. Now back up ice come the Rebels. Here's Cole Wyatt. Wyatt, saucer pass, tipped away. Wyatt picks it up. Cole Wyatt gets spun off the puck. Gallant turns one on. Pad save there by Ware. And Szynski showing off the hands. High stick, but what a display from Greg Szynski, picking the puck up on edge and kind of playing lacrosse there. What a effort. The play's blown dead, but that's something I've never seen.
That's a first. Gildy. That's a first. I was about to say, is that a first for you, Dom? That is a first for me. The puck looked like it was stuck. I think the puck was actually stuck on his stick. Couldn't get rid of it, so it just was like, you know what? Yank it like it's a lacrosse ball.
But lacrosse is Canada's game, and Greg Szynski, hailing from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, maybe he
and
does.
lacrosse has a rubber ball as well, so it might have was like, you know what? It's a similar material. Let's see if it has a similar result.
I've seen the lacrosse goal from the likes of, you name it. You have Trevor Zegras, anybody in the NHL at this point with a drive. That was Jackson Wyatt missing the net, but I've never seen an attempted lacrosse-style breakout. That was insane. Only seen that kind of stuff from Zach Bell on TikTok.
Instead of TikTok, you got it on YouTube on the UNLV hockey channel.
In the ACHA. It's pretty late at night, so ACHA After Dark once again. Anything can happen, much like the now sort of dead Pac-12 After Dark. It was always chaotic there, Gildy.
Rest in peace to the Pac-12. It ended here, too.
Pac-12 Championship, Washington, when it tipped on by Burke with the one stripe of tape on his blade. Nearly getting that one on. Zach Wixon stops that one behind his own cage. Pac-12 did end here, Gildy. I was at that game last weekend.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Washington. Yeah, we were both there. Washington defeating Oregon. Bo Nix put up a heck of a fight in the second half against Michael Penix Jr., but the undefeated Huskies stay undefeated.
Yeah, I went to the game with an Oregon fan, went to the game with a Husky fan, and it was interesting to watch both of their reactions the entire game.
I can imagine that. Very differing reactions to that topsy-turvy second half over at Allegiant Stadium. Back here at City National Arena, though, just about 6 minutes gone in the third period. Tie hockey game. Captain Alec Johnson is the one who knotted this game up for the Skating Rebels. Jamestown's in the zone with possession, though. Puck is up and out of play. 6:15 gone in this third period. UNLV still out front in the shots department, 26-20.
26-20, UNLV is expanding on that a little bit. Jamestown, I felt like in the middle of the second period, I think the whole second period till now, UNLV's had the momentum. But Jamestown, I mean, remember, it's a one bounce puck game. I mean, it doesn't really matter who has the lead right now, what the score is. Next good bounce could be who wins the game.
At this point, Gildy, it's you win the rest of the period and you win the game.
Yes.
That's what that Alec Johnson tying goal created. If you win the period, you win the hockey game. Shot there through traffic, knocked down in front, tipped away from Harm. Puck played almost in. Delayed call upcoming on UNLV, and UNLV back to the PK once again tonight. The call, waiting to see who's going. Alec Johnson and Dylan Ford talking to somebody. Not sure exactly what happened, but it looks like they were talking to Braden Michalchuk.
Yeah, what does matter here.
High stick on Alec Johnson.
What does matter here is how UNLV responds with their penalty kill. Looked better after the first period, but in the first period, their penalty kill was brutal. So they got to really do a good job on his penalty kill to stay in the game. In Jamestown, this is an opportunity for them to pick up some momentum late in the game.
Now here's Jamestown on the power play. Breaking in the zone, that was Crom getting it in. Dalmonte couldn't whack it out. Szynski leaves that one. Back Szynski, rink wide feet. Szynski pitch and catch, lets a shot go, sticked away. Not out of the zone though. Dalmonte sends his man to the ice. Szynski blocks the clear. Szynski to the near wall. Back rink wide, tipped way up into the netting for a whistle. And something to note on this Jamestown power play, I mean, it only took us about 2.5 periods, Gildy, but Greg Szynski is really the quarterback of that power play at the point. He's blocking clearance attempts. He's really setting up the plays, and if there's any doubt, they just swing the puck back up to him at the point. Big 27 in white, and he'll settle everything down. Jamestown playing it back up to the point, working it up top. Here's Poole, down low, Reed Wilson. Here's Poole, stepping into one, shot there, sticked away by Wixon. Under 12 to go, final 45 on the UNLV PK. Sent down the length of the ice, and shoveled on by Ware. Now Crom, his pass is tipped up by Fisher, intended for Berensky. That play is gonna, that face-off coming just outside the Jamestown zone.
Really good penalty kill by UNLV. You know it's a good penalty kill when after the puck goes out of play, you look at the scoreboard, you're like, we're on a penalty kill?
Exactly.
That is what you want. And that's what UNLV's done so far in this penalty kill.
Forden hounded by Flanders. Flanders giving him some chops on the back checks. Forden cutting outside. Leaves that one on. Flanders bumping his man. Jackson Wyatt whacking at the puck. Can't get it out. Final 10. Mess on the half wall. Fortin breaks free. Final 5. Fortin down low. Tries to reverse it, he does. Jamestown still with possession. UNLV back to full strength here now. That puck frozen by Zach Wixon. Not too high danger of anything going on there for Jamestown.
Good job by Wixon to cover up there. Normally he's one of the more risky players on the ice with the puck. He'll sometimes try to make something out of nothing. It'll sometimes work. Actually, most of the time it works with Wixon. Really good with the aggressive puck handling, but good job there, being conservative, holding on to the puck, freezing it, giving his team some more breathing room.
Now Jamestown still in the offensive zone, still working it down low. There's a player who took a spill.
A couple spills.
We got a whistle, another penalty upcoming on UNLV, it looks like. Likely going to be a cross check, and UNLV might have a trench to their penalty box here tonight. It will be UNLV going back to the PK. Matias Del Monte is going to be going for a cross check, and a huge power play opportunity for Jamestown.
Remember, I'm not the one skating here, so if a player goes down over and over again, there's probably some dirty business going on in that part of the ice. And even though it was a little bit off angle for us on that side of the ice, that's what clearly happened.
Jamestown, another shot on the power play. All three of their goals here tonight on the man advantage. Kyle Quinn takes a whack at it, can't get it out of the zone. Knifed on by Kelly, can't get it out, but that's whacked out by Luke Burke. Under 90 seconds to go on the Jamestown power play. Here's Arichuk. Saucer pass can't be chopped down by Wilson. It's Kyle Quinn on that one. Under pressure from two Jimmies. Szynski. Skates it in. Szynski with a drive blocked in front. He gets another chance at it. Saved by Wixon, who has to sprawl out and grab that to freeze it. 63 seconds to go on the Jamestown man advantage.
Good job on the penalty kill by the Rebels. The only issue is that you're scaring everyone by getting into too many of them. Jamestown, they got to take advantage of this. They have 4 minutes straight of power play hockey. In the first period, they would have scored both times, having a little bit more trouble in the third.
Fortin under pressure from Gallant. Fortin now, he'll peel back. 45 to go on the Jamestown power play. Here's Szynski. Szynski, quarterback in the rush. Plays it softly up the right wing boards. Here come the Jimmies. Shot there, feeds that one back post. Looked like Wixon got the pad kicked out to make that save. Final 30. Jamestown still trying to work high to, or low to high. There's Fromm playing that one below the goal line. Up ice now. Here's Szynski. Fortin. Fortin steps in, tries to play it down low. Stopped up by the stick. Ford plays it off the wall. Stopped up by Fortin. Played around by Fromm. Fromm looking, shooting one. Tried to go top shelf on Wixon. Missed the net. Final 5 on the Del Monte minor. Szynski swings it up for Fortin. Fortin moving on in. UNLV back to full strength. Fortin gets stapled to the glass by Alec Johnson. We got another stoppage of play. Can't really see what happened.
What did happen, Dom, is that UNLV just killed 2 straight penalties. That's very important for them in its third period. And now they're going to get a power play themselves.
UNLV getting a power play here. Carter Johnson, the Winnipeg native, giving UNLV a chance. Now, Gildy, this has been a special teams dominated game, really. That's been the narrative, to be completely honest.
The narrative's been that Jamestown's been dominating on special teams.
Jamestown's dominated on special teams, and then you have UNLV with plenty of chances. They haven't connected yet, but their penalty kill has looked a bit better as of late. But now they have an ample opportunity to pull ahead with 8.5 to go. They win the draw after Christensen kicked it. Del Monte in his skates, deflected up behind the net. Shot there, loose puck. Gallant tries to get there, he can't. Jackson Wyatt plays it to himself. Wyatt leaves out for Del Monte. Del Monte, rink wide for Cole Wyatt off of the tongue of his skate. Dumont gets pickpocketed by Max Johnson. He loses the edge. Max Johnson cuts in front, save made by Ware. And UNLV, they're looking pretty confident on the man advantage.
Almost a costly turnover there by the Jimmies, but great job by Ware, able to protect the net, keep the game knotted up at 3, but special teams in its third period, UNLV, they could take the lead right here in this power play. And some physical hockey here, Dom.
Gotta redo that face-off for a second time. A few guys jumping it. And the Jamestown bench very animated, and Max Johnson, they're trying to say that UNLV jumped the draw twice, and Max Johnson on the left wing hash looking back and saying it's one, calm down. We play on. Jackson White stops it. Saucer pass Del Monte, pirouettes, pumps. Del Monte to the high slot, shooting one, tipped on. Max Johnson whacks that, he scores! Max Johnson in front with some handy stick work. UNLV leads for the first time here tonight.
Max Johnson lit up the alarm second time, as there's some.
Brandon Ware is livid, yelling at the linesman, yelling at the bench. Anyone who will listen, the Jimmy's netminder spiking his water on the back of the net. UNLV pulls out front.
I was just talking about Max Johnson scoring that great power play goal to give the Rebels the lead, and then Ware comes steaming out. Normally, when the goalie goes that far out, it doesn't mean anything that good. Normally means they're in the game. Pulled or they're mad at the referee, and it was the second one right there. Ware was livid with the referee.
Absolutely incensed. Could even hear him over the goal horn, the cheer, the music. He was livid. But UNLV with their first lead of the night. 3 unanswered goals. Long flipped, glove down by Greg Szynski. He'll play that one up off the wall. And on net, Wixon just plays that one out of underneath his trapper. Burke whacks at that one, can't get it past Szynski, who whacks it back on. Gloved on by Kyle Quinn, but here's Reed Wilson. Reed Wilson gains the zone up the right wing. Play blown dead for and offsides. 7:01 to go.
A lot to dissect in this game. Special teams was the big narrative of the first 2 periods. And if I told you in the third period that the narrative by the end of the game is UNLV winning because of special teams, you would be like, Ryan, like, what were you watching tonight? But right now, special teams is the narrative, and UNLV flipped it in the third period. 2 penalty kills, get a power play right after the second penalty kill, score a goal, take a 4-3 lead. Wow.
And now an icing. Skating back 200 feet. Brandon Ware skating past our broadcast booth again, looks visibly frustrated.
Looked at me, gave a nod, but I mean, nothing we could do out here, Dom.
Nothing at all, but Greg Szynski, good captain. He skates by his netminder and gives him a little tap, and he's like, hey, like, let's calm down, you know, and I'm sure, like, there's some words like, hey, that goal kind of was on us. We should have broken that puck out. So good captain work from Szynski. A shot there from Wilson in the slot. Misses the net wide. UNLV trying to break it out. They can't. Shot there again. Tipped in front. Plenty of 6. Loose puck for Wilson. He scores. Oh, doesn't score. That puck stays out. That puck looks like it went in, but no joy for Reed Wilson, looking for a second of the night. We got a big coming together at the bench. Mason Kelly mixing it up with somebody. And temperatures are rising. Frustrations rising.
How did that not go in, Dom? It looked like it was just a tip-in.
No idea. It was a yawning cage. It was a 2-foot putt, if you will. It was whatever you want to call it, whatever freebie you want. That was
We need someone behind that net to tell us what happened.
And Reed Wilson, behind the bench, snaps his stick in disgust and spikes it against the Vegas Golden Knights locker room door. and gets a new piece of lumber. Penalties aside for a rough, you would imagine, Mason Kelly and Cole Christensen both sitting for 2. The Jamestown coaching staff frustrated.
And you even admitted it, like you said, and he scores because it was that wide open.
It's hard to see from
it was
our
a can't
broadcast
miss.
booth, but it was a yawning cage, but the
It
puck
was a
stayed
2-foot
out.
putt.
2-foot putt on a level green. But the temperature of the game has risen. So again, 4-on-4.
But also, we had a bad view of that shot, so we don't know exactly what happened, but in our view, it was a wide open yawning cage.
Let's go back on the tape for that one. Bradley Gallant gets pickpocketed by Wyatt Johnson. Roughing is the call on each. Matisse Dalmonte sends the puck back in, stopped up by Brandon Ware. 1:15 to go. Szynski under siege from Burke. Burke giving him some jabs. Szynski plays it through the middle of the ice, though. Szynski gets sent to the ice and careening into the boards by the captain opposite him, Alec Johnson, firing his team up. Here's Alec Johnson again. Alec Johnson gains his own. Johnson moving on in, mishandles the puck, shooting one, blocked away by Brandon Ware. Here's Stathopoulos for Alec Johnson. Stathopoulos gets taken down. Down low, tipped wide by Burke. Final 40 on the matching penalties. Burke still in on the forecheck. He's gonna get in on Justin Dumont. That's played up. Errant pass, Gallant stops up, plays it back for Jackson White, who settles it down. Final 30 on the 4-on-4 hockey we have here. Kyle Quinn leaves it for Jackson Wyatt, who sends it up the left wing boards. Dumped in, cross corner. Gallant wins that puck battle against Wyatt Johnson, feeds it up. Jackson Wyatt mishandles the puck, gets it back. Kyle Quinn on his backhand, looking. Quinn for Jackson. Jackson, rink-wide feed for Cole. Final 10, Cole Wyatt gets that one knifed away by Lassard. Wixon way out of his cage to play it. Both teams back 5-on-5. Final 4.5 to go. Big open ice collision knocking down Kyle Quinn. No penalty. Cole Wyatt turning away from pressure. He's under pressure under his own bench. Played up ISO. Here's Strong. Strong dances, shooting one off the pad. Shot again by Mensch, blocked in front. Brandon Ware didn't look like he knew where that puck was. Mensch now. Back for Strong. Strong feeds to the slot. Burke shooting one, blocked in front. Wilson picks that puck out of this mess of legs. Christensen plays it up ice. Stopped up by Dalmonte. Dalmonte gains the zone with Mensch. Dalmonte flips it in on net, handcuffs Brandon Ware. Poole goes to battle against Mensch. Mensch pokes it through. Reed Wilson dangles through, can't get it out. McCollum sends it back in, settled down by Strong. Strong in tight, tries to feed it rink wide for Burke, can't get there. Now here's Wilson. Wilson feeds it rink wide. Here comes Jamestown. They feed it in deep. Under 3.5 to go here now. Rink wide feed. Volcano with a shot. Doesn't get all of it. Burke plays it back down low in hopes of getting a breakout started. Puck is out of the zone. Can't be settled down there. Almost turned over. There's Berggren. Berggren now in the last 3 minutes. Chopped up ice. Fisher gets it up. Can't connect with Batuzov. Wyatt Johnson. D to D. Long stretch pass. Unsuccessful. Blown dead for an icing. 2:49 left to play.
We talked about in the very beginning of the broadcast about how this game meant a lot to us a couple years ago when Jamestown came in. It was my first game. You were writing on the game. And I was talking about how much this game really inspired me to watch more Skating Rebel hockey and want to broadcast. I can see now people go to their first Skating Rebel game tonight and remember this
Having
one.
the same effect. It's
This
been a
might
great
be
game.
this might be the most entertaining Skating Rebel game I've ever been to.
I might have to share that sentiment. Puck way up into the netting for a whistle. It was way up there. It almost took out the security camera if there was no net here, Gildy. You're trying to field it with your catching glove there.
I try to catch it, you know, I mean, remember a couple of weeks ago, I don't know if it was weeks or months, when Jonathan Quick, he lost his his glove. He's still trying to make the save of his hand.
That's a real goaltender right there. Barehanded glove save. So that's played back in by Rand. Wyatt Johnson's on that one. Under 2.5 to play. Kelly's in deep on the forecheck, hounding Szynski. Kelly loses his twig. Picks it back up. Now Rand. Pressuring Mikulak. Played up. Looks like it went off the forearm of Kelly. Now there's Barry off the wall and on net. And Kelly almost snows Brandon Ware. Great effort there from Mason Kelly to not snow the goaltender. That is typically an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, so good on him with 2:01 to go.
Yeah, did a good job. Never cough on broadcast. Don't do what I just did. I don't know how that happened. But good job sliding to the side, not directly to the goaltender there to avoid the penalty. But now the question is, when are you going to pull the goaltender with 1.5 minutes to go? A little
He's
over a
edging to
minute
the front of
to
his
go.
crease. But he's going to be chased back in as the puck comes back out to the red line. Szynski sends it back in. Brandon Ware's looking. Coach isn't looking his way. Puck sent back out, settled down by Szynski. Szynski off the glass and in once again. Stopped up by Wixon. Final 1.5 minutes. Szynski at the top of his crease, the bottom of the hash marks. He'll drift back into the blue paint. Szynski touches it up for a high stick. A bit of a late whistle, and the coaching staff for Jamestown still frustrated.
Not a wait whistle. Good call there. Becker, one of the referees, he had his hand up and looked at Szynski and he said high stick, and then he touched the puck, and then directly after the whistle blew. So there's not too much they can complain about because it was warned and it was touched.
Now the face-off comes in the defensive zone, and Jamestown will take their timeouts. So final 84 seconds here. We're gonna wait and see what Jamestown's gonna do. The face-off's gonna be in the defensive zone out to the left of Brandon Ware.
There's a big face-off here. The Rebels can win it. What they gotta do here, chew the clock in their offensive zone. The more time they can chew, the less amount of time the Jimmies are gonna have to pull their goaltender Ware and have that extra attacker. Because after the first period, their power play's not been good. But UNLV wants to do everything possible to have Jamestown not bring out that extra attacker because they've been good on it. I know they made a couple stops, but still, you don't want that to happen.
Definitely guilty. I mean, 84 seconds left. You have a defensive zone draw. Jamestown win the draw and get the puck out.
Look at the jukebox.
You're gonna have I forgot the name of the song. It's by Timmy Trumpet though.
Yeah, this is when the Mets closer Diaz. Edwin Diaz coming out.
Diaz, correct.
Edwin Diaz comes out to this song, but like the little closing
we'll see if
song
UNLV
here.
can close it out. Jamestown wins the draw. Ford's going to be leaving the zone early. That's Fortin. That's going to be a long stretch pass deep down the ice. Icing is waved off. Brandon Ware is to the bench. Extra attackers on for Jamestown. Long flip settled down in neutral ice. They're going to play it back up. Whacked at. Sent back on in. Mason Kelly settles it down. Scoops it into the zone. No icing, though, as he gained the red. Final 60 here at City National Arena. Here's Szynski up the red wing boards. Tipped up there. Puck skips to the net just wide. Szynski hustling back. Icing is the call. Play is going to come back, and everybody with oohs and ahs. That was about a 10 or 12-foot putt there, Gilly, that was on the right track, but it looks like it broke a little bit.
Yeah,
in the
this
last
wasn't
second.
that 2-foot putt that was with no wind, no nothing, no hill. That was a long shot with the hill, just missed there. Good attempt, though. That's what you're looking for there. Looks like the Rebels made their timeout. Good job doing that. Give your players on defense some time to kind of rebuttal after that. Also, you can kind of make a game plan from this point on. 51.8 seconds ago, Dom. Exciting game here, so exciting.
Exciting scenes, final 52 seconds basically. Now if you're UNLV, win the draw. Don't have your forwards leave the zone early. Just try and win the draw, get the puck out, gain the red line, dump it in, get it on net, do what you want. You just don't want another icing here because you want fresh legs to close out this game. You want to get the empty net goal. Sure, it's enticing, but you don't want to try and get that home run play. You just want to try and finish this game off, because if you try and stretch pass, if you ice the puck too many times, you have tired legs, and then you're kind of handcuffed to a pole.
Yeah, so it sounds like your keys to the game, UNLV, finish the game. Just finish it. And for Jamestown, play like you did in the first.
Exactly.
Replicate it. Get that one-timer. That one-timer's been how they've been scoring with the extra man.
Now we're back underway. Still no goaltender in the cage for Jamestown. UNLV with possession. They gain the red. They send it in. Cross corner settled down by Sosinski. Here's Fortin. Final 35 now. Jamestown chips it in. There's Berry getting in on that one in the corner. Jake Berry under siege. Del Monte supporting final 30. Plenty of guys laying down. Mess of legs, sticks, skates, and arms. In the corner, down low. Final 20 seconds to go. Plenty of pushing and shoving. Everyone's knifing at the puck. Still nothing. Final 15. Still wrestling for the puck behind the net. Jamestown comes away with possession. Sosinski sells it down. Final 10 for the Jimmies. Sosinski lets one go. Blocked in front by Gallant. Gallant long flip settled down there by Arichuk. Final 5. It doesn't matter. UNLV, 3 unanswered goals. Taking down number 4 ranked Jamestown at home in some exciting fashion.
What a game there. This is one of the most exciting games that I've been a part of. Probably the most exciting game that I've broadcasted so far. Going into the third period, what was the key? Light up the alarm twice. Light up the 2 candles of Hanukkah for the second night. 2 goals in the third period. Lifted the Skating Rebels over to Jamestown Jimmies, 4-3. This is the escape we needed, Dom. This is the one we needed.
Definitely guilty. The UNLV fight song plays. The players tap their sticks in triumph to salute the fans. A thrilling hockey game in light of a recent tragedy here at UNLV, providing an escape for everybody. UNLV putting the campus on their back and scoring the win. And Guilty, we're back right here at City National Arena. 7:30 p.m. puck drop tomorrow night. These 2 teams going at it again.
It's going to be super exciting. We're going to get AJ and I on the mic. It's going to be super fun. Going to be a great game because both these teams, they both felt like they should have won this game. Jamestown felt like they let it slip after having that 3-1 lead. So they're going to come out tomorrow night. They're going to try to split this series like they did against Minot and head to their spring semester on a high note. UNLV, they're trying to get the sweep against Jamestown and take that really hot momentum into the spring semester. So tomorrow, I really feel like will dictate where both these teams will kind of see themselves going into the spring semester. UNLV splitting off Jamestown, that's good. What would be great is getting that sweep in Jamestown. They want to end their semester on a win.
Definitely guilty. They're looking to send us off into the holidays right. So for myself, I'll be signing off for the semester. I won't be here as we have the NBA in-season tournament. AJ Reed will be taking over. Bo Kennedy will be taking over the ringside reporting.
Looking so forward to it.
Going on vacation. So everyone kind of rounding out their semesters here. But for now, tonight at City National Arena, I'm Dominic Lavoie saying goodnight. I'll be having Ryan Gilder, Jessica Sobel, Zoe Salas, AJ Reed, our camera guy Rolando, Kyle Kimsey, everybody here at the UNLV hockey family. I'll see you at the turn of the new year. Everybody else will see you tomorrow night. Thanks for tuning in.